You act like I'm the one who made up all these rules here. Why do you think people used to have sex at 16 or get married at 14 or stuff like that? Shorter periods, right? We're just now, idiot, getting to where we're even living past 50. Some of us. I'm one of them, by the way, right? But if you're freaking interfering with my dating life, who do I care if I date as long as they're old enough? Right? Yes, you are. You're on my ass every day that I want a child, but I don't see no children around me. Do you? Or are you trying to set me up with them to see if I'll be with fun? Which is dumb as dirt, right? See, then the child is lying themselves, right? And you're treating it like they can't lie to me themselves, right? Or I'm supposed to have a age monitor in my head or something, right? To know the age of a child, right? That's why you want to set up the method of the beast anyway, right? Like, that works if you don't have the equipment to know it. Either, right? See, if they set this up to where the mark of the beast is actually enacted, right? What they have to do is put it in all the stores, and anyone without it can't buy or sell, right? At all. I guess, unless you buy or sell online or something, but even then. I know. See, what you're doing is you're trying to control other people while you're the problem yourself. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. See, you're so against relationships of the male and female, you're not understanding why these laws were put in place in the first place, right? We have a short lifespan, usually. And that's part of why. 15 or 60 were considered young enough or old enough to know better, right? At one point. Even if you're right about 25-year-olds and all that, right? That's still your opinion, right? Right. And like I said, anyway, I got 2 head traumas. I'm just looking for a girlfriend, which I feel like nobody wants me to have a girlfriend. Don't you by now? Think I feel that way? Yeah. I think you want me gay. Or with a girl. Not even old enough to have a child yet. So then you can put me in jail, right? For pedophilia. Mm-hmm. That's exactly what I think. You're trying to set me up with children, right? If a 15-year-old didn't have a work permit, she can't work in Georgia. Mm-hmm. That's the last time I'm going to tell you that. Mm-hmm. And if she had a work permit, she had no reason to lie to me that she was 37. Mm-hmm. Did she? And that's the last thing I'm going to say about that, unless you keep bringing it up. Dude, pretending that's all on me, right? Because I'm 50 with head traumas, but I'm supposed to know a girl's 15 or not, right? Even if she tells me she's 37, huh? Right. You're full of crap, sir or ma'am. Or sir and ma'am, right? And we're living longer, and you're still trying to amend the rules, but at the same time, we still got old laws on the books, right? Where it was allowed at 16 to 18 for children, if you still want to consider them that, to have sex. Idiot. And like I made the laws before I was born, right? When I'm just trying to play by them, right? There's a difference there too, right? But unless we are talking about it, which means a conversation where both sides give or take a little, right? And it's not all your way or my way, and we're willing to compromise even. Otherwise, we're just arguing about it, and you're trying to hurt me, and you're not. I'm healing like the Wolverine or something, right? And I'm trying to get over it, right? And still looking for a girlfriend. Which seems to be what you hate the most. I still want a girlfriend, right? Get that through your head. I want a girlfriend, not a boyfriend, not a little girl. Though when I was a boy, I was with a little girl, not a little boy. First. But all that's, again, not up to you. It's not even up to me if I ask someone their age and they lie about it. Exactly. No. You're treating it like I'm omniscient or something when you're not omniscient yourself, right? No one is. No one is. We get by with a little help from our friends, but if you're acting the fool and an enemy to me, I don't know what the hell you're even talking about half the time, right? I just feel like you're trying to set me up with an underage girl where I don't know any. Which is what I keep telling you, right? I don't know no underage girls. Right? I'm not around them personally to be around underage girls specifically, right? Even in subdivision, right? But if there are underage girls around me, I'm not trying to fuck them, right? Or seduce them, right? I'm just trying to be a good neighbor to them, right? Which ain't your business. And excuse my use of the word F-U-C-K, or fornication and unlawful carnal knowledge, but that's what it means. That's what it means. And I'm supposed to be talking to adults here, right? Not little children anymore. Who maybe won't grow up themselves and are acting like third grade bullies, right? Or kindergarten bullies, right? And won't grow up themselves and blaming me for all their problems. Seems that way, don't it? Right? When I just got here too, right? I'm barely pushing 54, right? And I'm doing everything I can to kind of hang in there the best I can, right? While dealing with issues in my life, including broken bones, which, some of them bother me and some of them don't. At all. But then you're trying to put me on the pedestal and blame me for what other men did to these children, right? Who should have known better, who had a wife at home. I don't have a wife at home, so you can't say us in the same boat, right? I'm a single man. And apparently, according to you, my son ain't my son. Well, that means I still want one, idiot. I never didn't want a son. Maybe you have a son, or you have children, but you're still interfering in my right to have a child. What part of be fruitful and multiply do you not understand? Right? Even if you're letting the population get this big, it's not my fault. Right? It still don't change the commandment. No. But what it really means is we're still following God and Satan at the same time and being good and evil to each other and blaming each other for our own sins, right? Instead of confessing them and repenting of them, I guess, whatever that means. Like we're not in the same boat, right? Or dealing with the same issues or the same gods. Plural or singular. Or both. Maybe that's something you're not understanding. If I'm a male and female and I'm a hermaphrodite, I'm kind of 2 in 1. And you're 2 from 1, right? You won't get that either, right? That goes over your head too, right? But who is perfect? Let he that is without sin cast the first stone, and in glass houses no one can throw stones, right? Right? And no one can make you listen to another person's opinion, because that's all they got to is their opinion about something, right? And it's going to be different than yours, and you either tolerate differences or you try to destroy those different than you, right? Well, one ain't from God and one is from God, right? By the way. Forgiveness is always good, right? Condemnation is always evil, right? Or makes you good and evil no matter how good you're trying to be otherwise, right? And guess what? We can all sin the same. Just as, again, right? You're accusing me of rape, almost statutory or consensual, I guess, somehow. But yet, again, you're trying to change the rules on me I learned growing up in Georgia, And how am I supposed to adapt to that when no one's agreeing with you either, You don't see them lining up in the Georgia legislations or the Georgia lawmakers. They're not changing the age to 18 either, here. So I'm not the only person who knows 16-year-old girls are trying to have sex. Just like 16-year-old boys are too. The difference is I'm not trying to force anything. I'm trying to wait on my girlfriend. Like I'm trying to also wait on the Lord's return. Which nobody knows the day or hour of his return. We can only guess or surmise when that might be, If you act like you know, crazy Christian, you're going to hell first. You can't know that, Perry Stone. You can't know that. Quit pretending you do when you don't. Now, if you mean you can die before he returns, sure, Perry. You can die before he returns, and hopefully you make it into paradise too. But that's about all you can really predict. Right? Now, the only problem with Miss Longoria is she what? Don't want another baby, but I want a baby, so that's going to be a problem. But anyway. Right. That's what I'm saying too, right? But you, of course, have to respect another person's feelings, and you got to find someone who wants the same thing you want, Unless you're trying to screw me over even in who I'm dating and trying to control who I'm dating, Which if you're doing that, again, I can't do nothing about that either, right. That means you setting it all up, And then try to blame me like I'm you who knew what you were doing when I didn't know what you were doing, That's another thing you do. That's called transference, You're also trying to make me feel about it how you feel about it when I don't know what the hell you're talking about. I wasn't taught all that growing up. And you're a bad dad to your daughters because you want to murder them or murder their husbands instead of letting them marry you. What you're doing is putting men who can't behave themselves in jail. Who really might be pedophiles. I understand that, But what you're doing with me is you're trying to make me a pedophile when I'm not going after anyone right now. And I've been with women of age that I know of, 17. The last two, only one of them might have been 15, and that was after she told me she was 37 after I went to her store. That story has remained constant, by the way, since that event. Now, see, the problem is, if you prove she's 15, she's working underage, Without a permit. So, again, this video should be the last time I have to talk to you about that, but if it's not, we can keep talking about it, I'm trying to explain something to you, And nor am I with two head traumas, not like a 16-year-old boy still trying to find his girlfriend, Though I had one lined up and found her after, So whatever. I know. Maybe I met someone that day he didn't want me with, but let me be with her anyway, and then that was the problem too. I don't know. Thing about amnesia is it's amnesia, But 16 to 14 or 12 don't matter, Even a 12-year-old could be with a 16-year-old. That's within 4 years, idiot. Yeah. I know. And I'm still not 18, barely 16, going on 17, right? When I was in the right anyway. And I'm still around high school students, even in Garden City, even if Connie and me somehow hooked up, which I don't remember exactly, but okay. Maybe we did because Brian cheated on her, right? And then the Ouija board told me to break up his trying to get back with her. But then she freaked out about it, but then her brother was there, but so I don't know what the hell happened, really. But that's still another hypothetical situation I was in, right? That, again, means I'm dealing with unusual things, right? Spiritual and physical, right? I know. Because using a Ouija board is a spiritual thing, even if it's a little witchcrafty, right? I know. Right. Now, I didn't get hooked on it. It freaked me out, and I quit using it myself. But again, I know. I didn't let it take me, great. Nor when Daphne brought the tarot card reader over. Whatever happened there, right? But what am I saying, right? I don't even remember her name, right? Or the date it happened on, just about approximately the month, right? Between March and April before we got into our apartment, right? That's all I remember about it, right? No details, really. Mm-hmm. And that the girl said I would be in some kind of strife for a long time. Okay. I don't know, right? And maybe I'm still in strife, right? Someone's fighting against me trying to find my girlfriend and trying to act like it's an underage girl or something when I don't know any, right? Again, right? So if you quit interfering in it, maybe whatever's going on can work itself out. But if you don't, I'm still not the one doing nothing wrong, right? That I know of, and not playing by the rules I was taught I can play by. Now, until you change the law in Georgia, guess what the age of consent is still? 16. 16, right? Bitch about it all you like. But you're not in Georgia. I am. I know. You weren't raised in Georgia. I was. I know. You're not a Georgia boy like I am, right? But it don't mean I don't pray for everybody, right? Though I know only one wins the prize, right? When you have a tournament of champions, right? In most societies, you don't get a participation medal or trophy, right? In most life, right? Only one sometimes wins the prize, right? Well, if I'm the one for Jesus to win the prize, maybe that's the problem with y'all. You're not caring enough, right? And trying to force something that ain't really even going on, but you seem like you want it to be happening, whether it's happening or not, right? So get over it, right?